Hey everyone. Today I came to talk to you about APA format and how do you take an essay and put it into APA format and why would you use it? What does it do? Um, Usually, when you're in a college class and in high school classes, your teachers will either have you put it in MLA format or APA format. High school English classes are often going to always be that typical MLA format. However, if you are taking like a social studies type class or even a business class, many times your teachers are going to want your essays to be in APA format. APA is the American Psychological Association, and it's going to include psychology, linguistics, economics, sociology, criminology, business, and the medical field. Those are the subjects that use this format, and it's how you organize your essay. It makes it for what your readers know exactly how you cited it, where you got your information from, how to check your references. Everything is consistent and clear from paper to paper, and it makes it easier for everyone to write and read these essays. So, if you are required to be using APA format, there's a couple basic things I'm going to go over, and then I'll give you some images of example essays and how it's set up and explain it to you. But let me just go over this list here. You are going to use your standard size paper. You will have 1 inch margins on all sides. Font, there's a couple different options. The most common are going to be the Arial 11 inch or Times New Roman 12. And this is where things get interesting. In an APA paper, your first section, always your very first page, is your title page. Your second page is always your abstract. The third page is always going to be the start of your actual essay. So that could be pages 3 and 4, or it could be 3 through 10, however many pages your essay is. And then you end with a reference page. That is the format for APA. So let's look at what a title page looks like. You will set it up just like this. Where it says example paper, that is going to be whatever your essay title is. Right underneath it, still centered, is your first and last name. Under that is your school, university of whatever school you go to, or it could be whatever high school. Under that is the title of your class, English 101, or Introduction to Library Research. Whatever class you are taking, it's that class. Below it is your teacher's name. And below your teacher's name is the date, always without abbreviation. You're not using numbers. You're not using SEPT for an abbreviation for September. Everything is spelled out. There's always a comma after the number. It's always centered in the middle of your page and looks just like this. This is the perfect example of what a title page should look like for APA format. You would just fill in with the proper terms based on your paper, your name, your class. Right after your title page would be your abstract. Um, and that's going to be about a paragraph of information explaining what someone's going to read throughout your essay. Um, you will title it abstract. That will be centered. And you write a summary of the key points. Things that you might want to include are your research topic, your research questions if you had one. If you used any participants or methods, that would be listed. Your results, analysis, and conclusion. And you want to sum all that up in about 250 words for your abstract. That is going to be the second page of your essay. After that, you would jump into your actual essay. So we see example paper. This is an example of how to properly cite a quotation. So in text citations, when you are putting a citation in your paper, we see here the citation is in quotes as always. Social networking sites, SNS, designed for professional purposes have become increasingly popular. Quotation marks. We then see parentheses, Utz and Brewer. That is the authors, comma, 2016, the year of publication, comma, page 117, the page that you found it on. We then do the quotation marks and put the period at the end. Why is it important to include a page or paragraph number for a quotation? Paraphrasing is very important and a difficult skill to master. Parentheses, author's name, comma, year of publication, parentheses, period. APA always has the name, comma, year. And then if there's a page number, that's included as well. So then if I'm reading this essay as a teacher, I could say, oh, Isaacson. Okay. Now I'll go to your references and I'll look it up. Okay, here he is in the references. Maybe I want to learn more about it. I can go find your article, your journal, your book, wherever you're finding the information. I can now go find it and read it for myself. Those are your in-text citations and how they're set up. References. Okay, so then the very last page of your APA formatted essay is your reference page. You will alphabetize it as they did. They only had these two, Isaacson's and Utz. Well, Isaacson came first because I comes before you in the alphabet. And the way you do the citation is the author's last name, the year. The year is always going to be in those parentheses with a period. And then you have the title. This one was called The Innovators: How a Group of Hackers, Geniuses, and Geeks Created the Digital Revolution. New York City, New York. The city is always going to have a comma in between the city and the state, a colon. Simon and Schuster, it ends with a period. Let's look at the second one. Utz and Brewer, for the year 2016 period. Informational benefits from societal media use for professional purposes. Results from a study, period. That was your title. Cyber psychology is going to be the journal that they got it from. There's a comma after it. This is going to be numbers that are going to be journal numbers, where you could find what number of the journal, and then the pages of where in the journal you can find it. This one's 117 to 137, period at the end. And then below it is the website that was used. So your format for APA is always going to be author's last name, year in parentheses, period, the title, the journal name if there's a journal, or whatever name of the publication you got it from if it has a title to it, comma, pages that you found it on, period, the website link. You will always follow that format. This is to help you set up your APA style paper. One other thing that you need to do for APA essays is to use a header. You need to make sure that depending on your header is going to be different depending on if it's an academic class or if you're doing it actually for publication. Some college classes want it differently. But it's going to include your title of your essay and whatever other information your instructor wants specifically in your header, they will tell you. So many times, like I said, throughout high school, you get very used to MLA format because your English teachers teach that. And then you get into college and you might be taking classes that want to use APA. So this will help you with a better understanding of what APA format is and how to use it. Thank you, everybody.